All right, so you're welcome back to your favorite AM show. But of course, like Kojo Brace put it, this is your favorite segment on the show. I do say so myself. It's Noella Karaniali with another edition of your favorite E-Corner. And we're just going to go straight into our stories because we've got about, I think, 13 minutes to get out of the studio, and we have to serve you, right? Because you have your teacups ready. So let's get started with Shatta Wale. First of all, happy birthday to Shatta Wale. Apparently today is his birthday, and so you'd love to hate him, you'd love to love him. He's very authentic, and he's been able to carve a niche for himself creatively and musically with his authenticity. And so from all of us here, we say a happy birthday to him. But we're going to start with him because this week he came to the Multimedia Group Limited. He visited us. Specifically, he was on the primetime show on Joy Prime Television, had a wonderful conversation with George Quay. I mean, I listened to that interview. I think it was really, really fun, very meaty, very fleshy. And they spoke on a number of things, you know, various topics. They spoke about politics. They spoke about his career choices while he was growing up. What did he want to be? I'm going to tell you more about that. They spoke about President Mahama. They spoke about his Iyoko, you know, tussle. We're going to get into that as well. But specifically, what caught my attention was when George asked him, oh, so you know how growing up we all wanted to be something? Well, I still want to be a lawyer. Growing up, I've always wanted to be a lawyer, and I'm still definitely going to read law. And so he was asked, what did you want to be? He said he wanted to be a pilot, wanted to be a lawyer, and actually still wants to be one day be the president of this country. Take a listen.
Let us assume you found yourself on a flight from Accra to Lagos, and sitting next to you was President John Mahama. Which three things would you discuss with him?
Oh, simple. I think I was telling my boy about this, you know, a while ago. I think last month. I was like, damn, if you're Mahama, Jamaica trying to say, you know, the youth employment is one of the most important things that we have to concentrate on. You know, apart from that, you know, the creative industry has this global, you know, markets that we can push this to. Yeah. That is true. You understand me? And apart from that, you know, the national leadership. Yeah. You know, I sometimes feel we forget that. He came and he campaigned and we voted for him. So when they come into power like this, the national leadership becomes like, you understand me? Like, what you see is that people will be playing political games. People will be, you know, like there's favoritism here. Oh, let's check George Quay. I think George Quay's card that he's using, I think it's, you see, like, we are not paying attention to the system. And that's where, like, the mix-up comes. You see, like, these politicians dragging this politician, and those things all waste our time. You know, when you talk about, you know, the youth employment, that's why I've created something like Shaxi. Because I feel, okay, the government can't do it alone. Okay, if Shatta starts this, it's the government seeing it, because there's Shaxi everywhere. But the only, you know, institution that have called us is the YEA. Yeah. And shout out to Malik Basintelli. Like
5K men.
Yeah, 5K men. Like hard guy. You understand me? Like these are people that see the future of the country.
Like, you know, as kids, we all have dreams and hopes and aspirations of what would be when we grow up. I wanted to be a lawyer. Yeah. McCreary wanted to be a bouncer. Or, you know, so you talk.
Then you won't be bouncer.
When I talk.
That's one time.
Okay.
Cruise control. Then you say you won't be bouncer.
I see some muscles.
Yeah. But the body knows that.
You know, come.
Yeah. So what did you want to be when you were?
Me?
Yeah.
I wanted to be, I chose 3 professions, but one wasn't a profession, it was a job. Like, I say job. If you ordained something, pilot, lawyer, and president.
Because it's not too late, you can still be a lawyer. I mean, Sewa here was called to the bar just about a week or so ago.
She's been bombarding me since she started the law school. She's been telling me I should, you know, but
you should come and join her.
And my timing, where we are, the job we are doing, it's like Galamsey. When you fall inside the hole, to come out by God's grace,
unless not move.
Unless not move. So I was just trying to, you know, check my, schedules and stuff like that. But it's not too late. I can still pursue that cause. But I feel where God has brought me now, it's more of a leadership kind of thing. So I'm just trying to follow that.
All right, so you heard from Shatta Wale there telling us what, if he had the opportunity to one day fly with the president, some of the topics or areas he would want to discuss with the president. Very profound, if you ask me. But then again, he was asked about his Iyoko tussle. Obviously, you know that some time ago he was involved or implicated in a stolen vehicle, issue, brouhaha, his car. Somebody was shot in his car, and he bought his car from somebody who's a criminal, who is also in prison, currently serving some time in the U.S. It was a whole, one messy, issue. And for the first time, he was asked to react to what he thought about that whole experience. First of all, he says that he thinks that state agencies or institutions can handle issues involving notable people of society like himself better. He actually drew an analogy saying, just like how, when the president is, for instance, sick or is implicated in something, they would want to cover it up and, very silently fix the issue or do whatever with the issue. He believes the same treatment must be extended to notable people in the society like himself, because they all play their part. And then, interestingly, he says Raymond Acha is now his best friend. And I find it interesting because, first of all, let's throw back to that time, which was several weeks ago. Let's take a look at his posture, his demeanor at the time, and then I'll tell you what he thinks of Raymond Acha. I'll bring you that clip as well.
I didn't get any vehicle from the so-called Nana Kwabena Amwa. I am a third party to that Lamborghini car. Make people get that thing in front of my head inside. The game where you put the play, you write letter, and I don't know where the letter from. They don't go write it, but it be how you want to spread the matter, make the matter look like Shatta Wale, they in trouble. You can never. Because on God, I tell you, I did not get a vehicle from that so-called Nana Amwa or Nana Kwame something. It not being inside the car for me. So don't come and give me case. You came to my house because of a Dubois. Now, you change the whole matter, make it go look like right now, because you know if you use a Dubois and get the car, no? Right now, be from some Nana Amwa. Remote, I can't tell me from house. The team where they say you come out, can't tell me about any Nana Amwa. Don't lie to the people. Listen, Raymond Acha told me in his office that the car, they shoot somebody for inside, but I know that was, I don't know. And bro, that is what scared me. I was like, Chewa, if you say they shoot somebody for the car inside, I beg, then let me just leave you to do your investigation, because I don't want any criminal thing around. Chewa, this one they help me. That is how come. I didn't even drive the car there. I called my drivers, one of my.
But for time, we should have allowed this video play in full, because my favorite part is actually at the latter part of the video, where he actually quoted a Bible verse for Raymond Acha. So that was him some weeks ago. This time around, he says Raymond has become his best friend and that he believes God sent Raymond Acha to educate the people of Ghana. Take a look.
Yeah.
How does that affect you, your brand as a man? How do you think it affects our creative sector as a whole? I mean, acts like that.
It doesn't only affect my brand. I think it affects the whole creative sector. Because it might be Shatta Wale today. The next time it might be you, because we are not just paying attention to what is happening. Shatta Wale is a celebrity. I'm not bigger than the law of this country. I'm loved, yes, I know, but it doesn't get into my head. I don't feel big about it. I feel when there is a problem in this country, the way we want to handle the president's problem when he's sick, that we hide him in a car flying to America to go and check, it's the same way we need to handle every important person in this country, because we are all playing roles. I can boldly say that I have made more money than even Ministry of Finance in this country. That they say they are bringing money into the country. I've brought more money into the country than the Ministry of Finance. I've brought more money into the country than Ministry of Tourism. I've created jobs, like I've created things for people that, when you sit down, you go like, Shatta is really helping. Raymond Acha is now my best friend because I feel God sent him for us to educate the people of Ghana. And that's what he did.
On how to buy cars appropriately.
You understand me? Appropriately.
From the right source.
Yes. And
buyer beware.
Yes. Yeah. So that is one of the problems you have solved in this country. I think he's tried. Maybe people might think he arrested me and blah, blah, and blah, blah. But all what he did was God ordained. You understand me? He's really opened our eyes to certain things. So I think it's about time the youth have to be wise and know how to purchase properties. And me too, that is what I'm doing right now. Like, if I want to purchase something, it's stolen.
All right, so that was Shatta Wale. I'm glad at least he sees the bigger picture and what government was trying to do now. Yeah, so kudos to him. And once again, happy birthday to him. I had a last story for you that had to do with Gabrielle Union. Let me just tell you about it. So 2002, she visited Ghana with her husband, Dwayne, and then they had a beautiful experience here in Ghana. I remember they visited a couple of tourist sites, including a waterfall. I've forgotten the exact waterfall, but apparently that experience really impacted them spiritually, and she was sharing, details about that experience, but unfortunately we're unable to play you that. But that's it for eCorner Out for today. Hopefully next Friday we'll have ample time to bring you a great show. My name is Noella Karani Ali. Coming up next is Joy News Desk with Mami C. Thompson. Stay tuned in.